There is no safe place to put money. Money's about to change. It's about to be reinvented. And it ain't going to be a casual, smooth thing. They've only told you central bank digital currencies so that way you're primed. You know, okay, when we tell you this is the solution to the problem, you're all going to be like, okay, well, at least our government's figured it all out and we have a plan in place. Because I remember them talking about this. So good on them for being proactive when it's where they're leading us anyway. Everything you buy will be monitored. And now money will be able to be turned on and off. You can't make purchases for this thing. You can make purchases for that. You can't spend your money this way, but you can spend it on this. That's control. Cash. Who uses cash? The drug trade, right? What do you think their response is going to be? You think they're just going to sit back and say, well, it was a good run while it lasted? Nope. No way. Some of these dudes are really, really rich. And if they say cash ain't no longer king and your shit ain't worth anything, what's their response going to be? A lot of chaos. A lot of crazy shit. You don't want to fuck with those type of people because they get shit done. Like, you have no idea the shockwaves that's coming and everything that's going to be affected. And yes, it might be a source of anxiety hearing this. It may be comic strips to some of you thinking, this is bullshit, it ain't never going to happen. I hope I'm wrong. I want you all to be able to laugh at me. I'm okay with that. I want to be able to say, I was really wrong, man. I'm so thankful that this shit did not happen. But we're about to enter some real science fiction level shit, folks. And maybe if I started this whole thing teaching publicly on YouTube and like I'm doing here on Twitter, if I said, this is what I'm doing this for, you would turn me off. You would never listen. You'd be like, it's fucking crackpot. But I knew if I sat with you and I showed you what was going to happen in these charts before it happened, and you know authorship when you see it. How do you think I know all this stuff before it happens? What color's my hat? The average person wouldn't know this. Your bank buddy, friend, relative, they don't know this. Walking through life, seeing other people, oblivious to it, knowing it's coming, and being told, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. I can't. And I feel better the more I talk. The anxiety I've had for years of wanting to talk about it and warn, and this is why I'm doing it, and this is why I'm doing it, and this is why I'm doing it. I don't care what people think about it anymore. We're long past that shit. When it really starts, when the lights go out and shit starts unloading, it won't be just my family that I'm going to be thinking and worrying about. I'm going to be thinking about all of you. Did you make your house ready? that you put your affairs in order. Everything is about to change. And it's going to happen with a very abrupt event. I'm not claiming to know what that is, but I know it's coming. And you're all going to know what it is when it happens. You're going to remember these words, this moment, when it happens. This is what he was talking about. We're talking about the 3 largest superpowers on the planet. And the U.S. is fucking around with these people like it's a game. Look what's going on. The U.S. dollar is about to change from the global reserve currency to fucking toilet paper. Little history lesson for some of you that don't know this. Our country went to Saudi Arabia and said, hey, we're going to protect you. Nobody was threatening them. But we said, hey, we're going to protect you. All you have to do in turn is sell all your oil in US dollars. So if they want to buy your oil, they have to be converted to US dollars. And now you're our best friend. What's Saudi Arabia going to do? They're going to be like, oh, well, shit, we saw what you did to Japan. We ain't trying to have none of that. So, okay, we're in business together. Fast forward. We're no longer in the gold standard. Our currency is only worth the rotation because of oil sales. Bullshit. It's printed out of nowhere. Just pull it out of thin air. And we force every other country around the world to buy another country's main staple commodity in our own currency, or else. That's a mafia shakedown, man. Listen, you need some protection. We're going to come by and protect you, but you make sure you have our cut. That's what it's like. And there's a passage that says that at a specific time in the future, there's going to be this coalition of nations that come together. It's going to be unlike anything before. And you hear these people that they beat on the Bible, and they preach, they think they know what Revelation is. They believe they understand prophecy. They believe this and they believe that. They tell you this is the person that's going to be Antichrist. This is the person that's going to be the false witness. This is the person that's going to pretend to be Jesus. This is the person that's going to be God. This is going to be the end of the world. This is Armageddon. This is how it all ends. This is the mark of the beast. All this stuff. And nobody sees that beast that's described with China, Russia, Turkey, soon to be Saudi Arabia, India. All these nations have come together to the BRICS. You know what they're all collectively doing? Snubbing their nose towards the US and the dollar. That's why the dollar, that's why the US isn't shown in Bible prophecy. It's not a factor anymore. But those same countries, the bear, the dragon, all these entities that we understand who they are today. We all know that Russia is the bear. It has 3 ribs in its mouth. That's 3 Slavic nations that it's conquered and took over. But you don't know that because you didn't learn history. It's convenient how they keep that stuff out of there, isn't it? It makes war on one side. It rises up on one side. Every war it ever fought was on one side. You don't know that because you didn't learn history. It's convenient how that works. That 4th dreadful beast is not the New World Order. It's forming with Russia, China, India, soon to be Saudi Arabia, Turkey. And what does it do? It tramples down everything else. Commerce is going to change. Why? Because the dollar is going to be made irrelevant. What is that going to do for you in the United States? Hello? Are you paying attention? I have a lot of money. I'm safe. I got it in my 401k. I don't have a 401k where I feel like I'm safe. That money's going to be hit. When you open up a bank account, have you read all the pages before? No. When you make your deposit, you're giving them ownership of the money. With a promissory note, as long as liquidity is there to provide a reasonable exchange and withdrawal, then they'll give you your money back. But if there isn't an opportunity for that to happen, your money is viewed as an investment in the bank. And the laws were changed, and guess what? Bail-ins are coming. That means the bank says, well, we're not giving you your money, and you deposited in our account, you signed the papers, you gave us ownership of the money, and we can't provide it back to you because there's no liquidity. There's no opportunity for you to get the money out from our hands. We have to keep it. So you made an investment. That's how we're going to classify it, and you're fucked. You all signed over ownership of your money, just like I did and everybody else that has a bank account. That money is not yours until it's in your hands. What happens when you can't get your money out of the bank? Or they put controls, which is what they're all pushing for right now. Who's they? Oh, it's just a boring conversation. It's not important who they are. It's the people that's going to be calling all the shots, not the ones that were elected. Control measures is what they'll call them. You can only take out this much money from the bank each day. They can't do that. Come on, ICT. Yeah, they did it in Greece. You can't take more than 75 euros out. It's coming. They did it in China. They put tanks right in front of their banks. You're not getting your money. But you don't see that on our news in the US. Why? Because they don't want you thinking, well, shit, I better get some money out and buy some things I need. So you're thinking, let me get my cash out and stuff it into my fucking mattress. It ain't going to work like that. At any given time, they can say, effective right now, paper currency is no longer valid. Come on now, ICT, that's bullshit. Why do you think every country is speedily rushing in a fast breakneck speed to get ready for a central bank digital currency? Because once they do that, they own your ass. You don't want to listen to what the leadership says? Oh, no problem. Your bank account is no longer working. Who are you going to complain to? It ain't going to matter. You can't beat it, folks. It's coming whether you like it or not. It's coming. You can't stop them. You can't thwart it. You can't vote against it. They're in every government. They're in every country. It's the way it is. It's been a long effort to get to where they're at right now, and it's not going to fail them. They're going to do what they're going to do. You're going to be fighting it. Some people are going to rise up and do dumb shit. We need a 1776. Nah, you fucking, that ain't going to fix shit. That's exactly what they want. That's exactly what they're hoping everybody does. They stand up there with their freedom seed projectiles. Google what that is, you'll know what I mean. standing up and watering the tree of liberty. Yeah, well, when that shit starts happening, guess what happens? The military steps in. Won't be our military, but they're going to be wearing our military garb, but they're going to be somebody else's men and women. And they don't follow the Constitution. So when they're splitting your skull open, they're not worried about getting sued for civil rights, violations. Because that's what's coming. I know. I have probably turned a lot of you off. And guess what? That's probably a good thing. Because if you're not ready and you want to pull your head inside your shell like a turtle, I can't be faulted when it happens and you didn't do anything, because you've heard it now. Because it's coming. It is coming. Over the next couple of months, it's going to be undeniable. It's going to speed up. You're going to see things, and it's going to feel like this can't be happening like this. This is unbelievable. Yeah. Yep. And if you're not ready, there's nothing you can do. You don't tell your friends and you don't tell your family how much you got stored up when you get it, because they're not going to believe anything if you try to tell them. They're just going to come to your house and try to take your shit. And that's why it's important to have hardware, things to protect what you got. You don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. But I don't want people coming into my house thinking they can come in my house when they're not invited. Read between the lines, because things are about to get real dark. And if this is causing anxiety, the best remedy for that, preparedness, taking action, putting your ass to work about getting whatever you can done while you can. I don't want to work a part-time job. I don't want to do that. It might be worth it for you to do it while you can.